3, 2, 1. Hi, welcome back to Scrapfaire Knits. If you hear a little cooing in the background, those are just my sweet birds who I gave a snack so that you can maybe hear me talk. We've tried starting the podcast a few times and they had to chime in a little too much. I'd like to welcome back all new and stop. 3, 2, 1. Hi, thanks for checking out Scrapfaire Knits. This is my knitting and fibery podcast. I'm in a different setting today than I normally am, but I am at my apartment, and I have some news about that. But if you hear some clucking in the background, those are my sun conures. I gave them a special treat so that they wouldn't scream while I was podcasting maybe. So let's get started. I haven't been to any fibery events lately other than a big Miss Babs, my local yarn store just got in a whole bunch of Miss Babs, which I've never tried before, so I had to go check out that sale. I've been trying to keep up on all the podcasts that I personally am watching right now, and I've been checking out some new ones, both audio and on YouTube, so that's been a lot of fun. And I finished something. I finished a pair of socks that I made for my husband. These are his birthday socks. His birthday was June the 5th, and I was knitting them June the 5th, but they weren't finished by any means. I had just barely started them. But this is out of Lolo Did It Awesome Sock yarn. I believe it's Awesome Sock, which I think is her 80/20. The speckledy, these are not perfect socks by any means, but I'm getting better. I tried a different heel on this one. Anyway, it's just a vanilla sock. I didn't really follow a pattern for the sock. I followed it's a German variation on an Aya Partridge heel that came out of a Heels and Toes book, which I'll put the name of it right here. It's in a knitting bag that I don't have over here at the moment. So, but anyway, I always do really short cuffs. So I'm gonna try to do longer cuffs on my next socks. But I did this heel. The heel's in her regular, Lolo did its regular tonal colorway called Betty Davis Eyes. But because this is a custom colorway, I had her dye up just for these socks. It's supposed to look like chocolate chip cookies. So this is, the C is for cookie colorway, and I am designating the blue heels and toes as Cookie Monster blue heels and toes for my C is for cookie socks. And these are just some Knit Picks sock blockers that I picked up so I could block his socks. Those haven't been washed yet. I just finished them a couple of days ago. I'm looking for the next thing. I did the bag swap with the Shannon from Socksetera's podcast, and my lovely, lovely partner sent me this project bag. I had requested a drawstring bag because I didn't own any drawstring bags, and she kind of messaged me about what kinds of colors and fabrics I liked. I'm looking at the bag because it's so pretty. It's kind of lightly quilted. And she said she's going to open up an Etsy shop, so I'll let you know when she does. And she sent me lots of goodies. She sent me this sparkly sock yarn, which it actually is really cool because it's in like red and blue, and there's some white coming through. And it's, it's almost the 4th of July here. This is Yarns to Die For 4-ply sock. And it says approximately 100 yards or 400 meters. 100 grams, not yards. 400 meters. Look, it's got a lot of selena in it. There's not a colorway name or anything. That's all that's on the tag. So it's yarns to die for. So that was in there. And then this is really cool. It's Devon Sun Yarns. Beautiful hand-dyed yarn from the Devon coast. It's called Humble. This is 100% superwash merino. And it says 100 grams, 400 meters. So, and it's in a beautiful green and gray. So I'm very excited to cast those on. I probably am going to cast those on pretty soon, at least one of them. I really like them. My swap partner is from Nottingham, England. And so she sent me this awesome coaster with all of these common phrases in Nottingham that I am going to have to Google to see how to pronounce. I have tried a few pronunciations and my husband has laughed at me. She also sent me some delicious vanilla fudge, which I ate, and it was amazing, and it actually kind of tasted like caramel. So it was awesome. This note card was in the package. And I'm actually not sure if you're supposed to look at it like that or like this. But either way, it's a delicious bowl of yarn and a crochet hook. So that is lovely. She sent me a letter, which I'm not going to share. Ooh, she sent me some lace. Nottingham is famous for lace. So she sent, I'm trying to see how to best show this. She sent me some beautiful, beautiful lace. And it's wrapped around a really cool postcard. And I'm sorry, I know there's an end to this one. It should be right there. It is. So that lace is just amazing. She sent me a matching Notions pouch and DPN holder. Well, needle holder. It's not necessarily a DPN holder. So there's the DPN holder, and it's quilted a little cushier than the bag. I'm glad I'm showing you this because I want to start using it. It's very squishy. I really, really like it. It feels good to hold. And then this is the matching Notions pouch. And it has this cute little metal tag that says handmade. This is a nice, roomy little Notions pouch. I can put some goodies in there. And then she sent me an assortment of teas. And I believe I just recently heard this pronounced puka. So these are, they smell delicious. Okay, and now that I've shown you, I can drink them. Puka teas. I told you about the fudge, which I just finished. Oh, there's another tea, which I just finished. It was very hard not to eat it all right away, and I was super happy that my husband doesn't really, he likes chocolate, and that's about it. So I asked him if he wanted to try it, and he said no. She sent me a book. It's 10 poems about knitting, and they're really, really cute. She got this at her LYS. It's by candlestickpress.co.uk. So if there's poems by Emily Dickinson, Jane Duran, Sue DeMotte, Roy Fisher, Christopher James, Jackie Kay, Gwyneth Lewis, Liz Lockheed, Allison McVetti, Jessie Pope, and Lydia Towsey. I'm not familiar with all those names. And then there's a cool bookmark inside there, which is really, I use bookmarks and I read, so yay. And so that's what I got in my swap, and that was from the bag swap that was hosted by Shannon from Socksetera. They're on their perch together. Usually he'll come down. You want to come down? And hang out with me. So maybe he'll do that in a minute. I also got some things in. Well, let me tell you about what I've done. I had purchased months and months ago, possibly even last year, I had purchased some sock blanks from Knit Picks. Sorry, there was a big piece of yarn hanging off that I wanted to here. And, you know, I've been reading how you can use Kool-Aid, and I went to the store one day to buy Kool-Aid, and they didn't have whatever color I really thought I wanted. They had some colors that I wanted, but mostly they had reds, and I was like, well, I don't want to buy 3 different reds. So I just pulled out my food coloring, and I just played. This is the first sock blank that I dyed. And I kind of read about, I think I even went to the Knit Picks website, to be honest. This is Arlo. He's normally the loud one. He talks more than Janice. Anyway, but so I started mixing. I don't think I actually used any green. I think I mixed my own green with yellow and blue. And you can kind of see where I dumped colors in after I had it kind of the base color I wanted. I didn't know how the dyes would just kind of go where you put them. So I just played. This was just me seeing what happened. And I love that the red stayed vibrant. Like, I really, really love that. So this was the first sock blank that I dyed, and I had bought 2 when I bought sock blank, you know, when I bought from Knit Picks. So this is the second one, and it's a very tonal purple, which I made with, because I made it with food coloring, I literally mixed red and blue, and then I dropped in more red and more blue as I decided I wanted to change the color, and I practiced like stirring, and I realized that at least Nicole from Hue Loco has a video on to teach you kind of how to do this, but I hadn't watched it. I just wanted to play, so I just played, and I think this one is really pretty nice. I think the color turned out really pretty lovely. It's very eggplanty. You can kind of look and see places that are a little more blue and places that are a little more red, but I'm really happy with that. This one I don't think looks great, but I think if I make a sock out of it, it'll look pretty cool. It might even look holiday-ish, so I might knit this as part of my holiday in July knitting that I have planned. So that was actually a lot of fun. I got some things in the mail. I'll save that. I have been participating every month since she started in February, I think was the first month. Lolo Did It has a Yarn of the Month club, and so this was the club colorway for June, and it's called Bohemian Rhapsody. And I think almost everyone I have gotten on Sparkle Sock, I know the Breakfast Club colorway I think it's on Awesome and Sparkle Sock. It's super speckly, super beautiful. I really love it. I kind of want to cast it on right now, but I want it to be something more than socks, so I haven't cast it on yet. I haven't decided what I wanted it to be. And I've been participating in Kickstarters. Like, I really have enjoyed participating in some Kickstarter campaigns. And the first Kickstarter that I participated in was for a cat cafe, which did fund and opened here in the Washington, D.C. area. It's in D.C. actually, and I haven't even made time to go visit it. Several people that I work with at the animal hospital where I work, we all put in money, and none of us have, we all wanted to go together, and it just hasn't been a good time for us to go to the district together. But Biscott Yarns came out with, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just bumping the camera. Biscott Yarns came out with a knitting app, and I have downloaded the app, but I haven't actually used it yet. But the reward that I chose got me 3 skeins of Biscott yarn. You're all excited, and there's stuff going on, I know. And I messaged them and I said, hey, there are no colorway names on these yarns, and they said, yeah, we know. We just did these as special colorways for the Kickstarter, and we didn't name any of them. So this is a self-striping, and it's maroons and grays and whites. And this yarn is really, really soft. This is an 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon. And you guys, it is so, it's like really, really soft and squishy. I really like their yarn. This is a 25% Selena base, and it's all purple and light blue and dark blue. Color's looking a little washed out. I think that maybe there's weird sunshine. It's been really rainy today, so I'm glad. The lighting's not too bad. And then this is a self-striping glitter, which is the same 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% Selena. And this is all beautiful, bright, citrusy colors, which I think my bird actually really likes. He seems to like bright colors. And then, because I ordered a lot of stuff in May. I can't remember when that Kickstarter funded. I actually, Yarn It just had a Kickstarter, and I meant to mention that in my last podcast because I had just signed up to do it. Because I've been wanting to try a Yarn It. I've only seen them, you know, actually out in real life one time. And I didn't get one because I didn't particularly care for the one color that was at the place where I was. I saw them at Vogue Knitting Live. And I thought they were super cool, but also I wasn't knitting quite as much then as I am now, and I didn't know if I would use it, but now I really think I would use it, and they had some really cool options to choose from, some beautiful colors, and they had some with little crystal decorations. Mine is going to have a little star shape and crystals on it, so I'm really excited about that. But so I signed up for that Kickstarter, and it funded, which was very exciting. So I can't wait to get my Yarn It in. And then because I keep seeing people online have the Desert Vista Dye Work Choose Your Own Adventure Club or whatever it is. I love self-striping yarn, and I wanted to try her colorways, and she just happened to have two that I could not resist. And I did order both of these as a pre-order. She has a really cool system where if you go pre-order, you get a percentage off, and she had some really cool stuff, and I love that you can submit inspiration. So this is the Wonder Woman colorway, and I love this colorway. These will probably be socks for me, unless I can think of something more special to make out of them to show off their stripes. And this, I mean, if you only knew how much I love Bing Crosby. This is Bing and the Andrews Sisters. And I absolutely adore Bing Crosby, so I'm super happy about that. So I got these to add to my sweet little stash. And then I've actually bought 2 project bags lately. One of them is a bag that, although I love the fabric, I do not love the project bag, and I don't really know how to handle it. I will put I will insert a picture of the bag here, right here, and I'll just say that the bag is amazing, and I may try to make it deeper. My problem is the bag is not wide enough to hold comfortably a cake of yarn, and I can put minis in it, no problem. I have a rolled up Gale's Art sock blanket in there right now, which I feel like is a snug fit, and it makes me sad that I bought a bag that doesn't look like it's going to fit my needs. However, you know how Mrs. Brown has been saying she's just going to randomly list things? I caught an update. This is a Mrs. Brown bag, you guys. It's a Mrs. Brown bag. I got one. I can't believe it. It's so pretty. I love it so much. These are all colors that make me smile and make me happy. And this is actually her bag of the month. It says Whimsical Yarn Totes. And the other side says Mrs. Brown's bags. I love that she puts a little pull on the zipper because that's important. I didn't realize how important that was until recently. And I added, there's nothing in here but needles and notions because this is where my cookie socks are living. But anyway, so I threw some progress keepers on the handle of this because I was having trouble just yanking my zipper quickly. And then I actually have a project in my Mrs. Brown's bag that I started. I actually restarted it this morning because I found a mistake in it. So this is going to be my Waiting for Rain shawl. You may recognize this yarn. It's Hazelnuts Entice in the Carnelian colorway. How amazing is that yarn? I had originally started a layer cake shawl in this yarn. And this is I'm going to do the lace panels in the Pollen by Hedgehog Fibers. This is Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn. And so that'll be my lace panels. And I'm going to do stripes. There's a hack, actually, somebody did a pattern hack for it. I'm sorry, I'll look that up and I'll put that, the pattern hack for Waiting for Rain. It comes with, if you bought Waiting for Rain, then you got an update that had the pattern hack with the stripes and the different colors and the lace. Because I always thought, well, I'd like to do the lace panels in a contrasting color, but I don't know how that would look, and just, you know, if I just did them in the yellow. And then I was like, oh, I can stripe it. And then I actually went to start the shawl, and lo and behold, other people have had that idea. So, you know, it's not a brand new idea, but I'm excited to do it. I also joined FiberShare for this summer's or this quarter's, I'm not sure how often they do it, and I sent off my package this past week, so I'm very excited about that. I have to finish the project bag that I'm making to go to my partner because it's due to be mailed, I think, tomorrow. So I have to get that finished. I have it started, it's just not finished. That's my project to work on this afternoon. And I hope she likes it. She's actually going to sponsor a prize for the July knit along, and I'll have her name and the name of her Etsy shop in July, because she told me she was going to open up an Etsy shop and sell project bags. So, like I said, this is lightly quilted. It looks like it's reinforced on the bottom. It's a nice wide bottom. And I'm just so happy to have spent some time with you all today. I feel like I kind of rushed through things. If you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I started a Cozy Memories blanket. What you don't know is that I wasn't really happy with the fabric of my squares because I needed to use a smaller needle, so I pulled them out and I restarted it. I got one of them reknit, and I'm trying to figure out how to know how my lines in the center are all going to go in the same direction, or if that's going to bother me. I really don't think it'll bother me if they don't go in the same direction, but I know it has bothered some people, and I just want to be prepared to deal with that if it does. It's almost July, and I know this podcast is a week late, but I didn't want to make it any later. I didn't want to have too much to go over at one time. I am going to put those socks down for Stash Dash. I'm going to try to do the 300 meter goal. I haven't declared in the thread yet because I'm thinking I can probably do that, and I might make it to 5K, but probably not if I make it to 3K. That's probably realistically all I can do and all I should shoot for. But you know, I don't know. Maybe. I'm really excited about this Waiting for Rain shawl. I worked on my socks so much. They would have been done so much faster. I would have finished them in almost 7 days. I worked on them so much in my spare time. But I worked on them so much, my finger was too sore to knit for several days. Like, I couldn't stand for the needle to touch it, even with a Band-Aid on it. It was too sore to almost function in my regular life. So that was silly. But do you all put something over your finger to keep it from getting sore? Do you just use really blunt needles? Can you help sister out? I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I have birds flying around, so if I'm not looking right at you, that's probably it. I have so enjoyed all of the feedback on Zombie Knitpocalypse. It sounds like so much fun. And whoa, the Knit Girls are putting together a second knit along venue, and they're gonna have Vera and Hohi. How amazing is that? Oh, and there's one more acquisition I totally forgot to share with you because I'm not thinking, and I don't have show notes today, which I really do much better with show notes. But I had mentioned that my local yarn store had a shipment of Miss Babs. It's Miss Babs Yowza. I've never knit with any Miss Babs, but they had some amazing colorways. I went there convinced I was buying Deep Sea Jellyfish because I've lusted after that colorway online, and I wanted to get a sweater's quantity. But I came back with, this is Dragon's Flight, and it screams, people. It's greens. I don't know what happened. I just walked in and I actually fell in love with this colorway, which is Drunken Watermelon, if you can believe it. It looks a lot more red and pink here. Did I get the wrong skein? Oh, no, I swapped it. Okay, so I almost bought Drunken Watermelon, and then I found this, which is called Perfectly Reckless. So it still has the green, it just has more pink, and I want to make a striped sweater. I have 2 of the Dragon's Flight, so that'll be the main color. But if you can just look at how amazing these 2 look together. They're just delicious, and really, these are my colors. It's because it's a smaller amount of green, but I'm trying to not have everything in my closet look just like. They have some high perches. They have an actual perch on the window over here that they're supposed to be on. And then they have a lamp on this other side that they're not supposed to go on. And they're doing better about staying on this side. But they also have like a little down low perch with snacks on it on the side. So this is the Perfectly Reckless. So you can see all my favorite colors. Purpley, pinky, greeny, orangey, gray. There's gray in there. Yeah, so that's going to be a sweater. It's Yowza, and I really wanted it to be a breathing space sweater. And then I bought all this yarn and then went, oh, look at that. Breathing space is supposed to be a fingering weight sweater. So Vera has another striped sweater that's made out of DK, and I think I can use that pattern for my Yowza, but I'm going to look at that a little more. I need to just swatch it anyway and see what kind of needles I'm going to like the fabric with. So this is going to be like a half-an-hour episode, and if I cut a whole bunch of it might be shorter. But I appreciate you all stopping by to hang out with me today. We do have a Ravelry group, so if you have any comments or feedback on anything, please feel free to just hop over there and leave me a message. And happy knitting!